reporting, right? This is not fertilizer under my subsidy program. We have, however, been able to find that out of that contract, commercial contract that was done, a company that was allowed to sell through our distribution network decided to make something that was different. So, Chairman, let me mention this because I think it's just the best thing that we can do for our country. Why this story is so complicated in its own way, even getting to know exactly where the truth is because it has very many people purporting to be experts and to know things that they don't know. And you know, he who knows not and knows not that he doesn't know, then knows not. So, Chairman, why I'm making this, why this background is Mheshimiwa Kibagendi asked a question which I did not answer. Fake fertilizer, why now after bumper harvest? It's a question that you cannot really wish away because the truth of the matter is that the farmers have had a lot of confidence with this program, and the program has been very, very successful. There is also another member who said, and are you really ruling out the possibility of the maize importers trying to sabotage our program so that there is opportunity for less production and then open room for imports? The answer is you cannot rule it out. The other issue that has not arisen is fertilizer business is multi-billion business. There are people that never got the tender last time. Probably they are not very comfortable now. The others that are whose fertilizer has not come, and we're almost getting to the end of season, and the planting season, especially in the south and north rift, and probably they will cause confusion. You also cannot rule it out unless proper investigations have been done for us to ascertain the truth of what is flying out there. But from where I sit and from my hand, and I'm hoping that this we will be able to raise this matter because the matter now will hand it over, and I'm even told as we sit here that fellow is at the DCI and doing statements. I probably will be able to give the correct evidence and deal with him firmly because this is purely criminal. So what I want to assure the country is that within our subsidy program and the information I have from NCPB is that KEBS never went to pick any samples from them. They have never denied anybody from picking samples, and I think it has the necessary legal instruments to enforce surveillance or seizure of products out there that they want to go for testing or for on compliance. So what, in my view, we really need to ask ourselves is whether the whole story out there is honest. And that is why I was carrying my expert, who Sabina is really opposed to giving a presentation, because from a scientific point of view, we may be able to understand what fertilizer is all about, what composes a good fertilizer. Because crops require certain nutrients. And most of the fertilizer that we have out there, we realize the major components are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The percentages of potassium, nitrogen, and nitrogen will vary from one composition to another. That's why you find farmers who always go for, they will tell you we want 23, 23. Many people don't know it. But 23 is a percentage of nitrogen, right, in that fertilizer against the potassium, and the other element is 0. But certain crops, Mutunga will better understand these things as well, because crops will require different types of major nutrients. And this nitrogen, of course, it has its own needs in the plant, because this is what supports the leafing, the green leafing of the plant. The phosphorus is good for root development. The potassium is the one that makes plants create immunity. But as long as those items or those components or compounds are in the fertilizer, then the fertilizer, the plants are good to grow. The lack, and this is where I want to really to emphasize, and I'll ask Mutui to explain by use of scientific language, which I may not have. When we accept to buy a certain particular fertilizer, it's based on a certain standard. And there are different standards. We have Kenyan standards, we have East African standards, and that is what is used to really check on compliance or conformity of quality of that particular fertilizer. And this is the example I want to give. If the fertilizer that is supposed to have 26 parts of nitrogen, and it's tested, and it's found not to have 26, but as 22, so as 22, as 23, as 24. As phosphorus of not 10, but as 12 or 13 or 14, and potassium and other micronutrients are there. Does it make it fake? That's the question that you need to be answering. Every fertilizer must have what we call a carrier or filler material that it carries. That is what's used to support that fertilizer. So when people see certain material in that bag, at times you now start saying, will have their own reasons why they will say it's fake or it's not. But this can only be determined by a lab, people that know, to explain what it is. So simply what I am saying is that within our news distribution network, we do not have fertilizer that you would say is fake. What CARE has failed is the standard. The standard set out in the Kenyan market is what they have failed by producing a fertilizer that has an deficient or plus or minus 3 of the standard. So, and that problem can correct it in the second phase of application of fertilizer, especially at the time of top dressing. So it is not waste. It is not that the plants cannot be able to accommodate or to consume the nutrients provided by that particular fertilizer. But see, this thing came together with this expose you are referring to, and has really mixed and confused everyone, and everybody has carried out there, or everybody else, a farmer wants to make himself an expert. And this is what has really brought a lot of confusion, and I want to assure the farmer. And another question was asked, by the way, I don't know whether it is Mheshimiwa who asked whether our suppliers or manufacturers are able to identify where the problem arose from, how many. The answer is yes, because there is no distributor, there is no supplier of fertilizer who does not give us the number of bags is supplied, the batch, and we are able to trace and to know even where within our distribution network where that fertilizer was delivered. So it is possible. And for this committee to really be properly appraised, the story treat whatever figures you hear out there from anyone with the contempt that they deserve. The true position of the number of bags of fertilizer that were the batch that did not meet the standard. The standard is 3,000 bags. The 3,000 bags, we've been able to identify them. We are ready to ensure we do a follow-up of the farmers that bought the 3,000 fertilizers, although we have reckoned it from the market. We have asked the farmers.
Waziri, 3,000 bags is from KEL Chemical,
yes,
SPL
correct.
Innovate, or
it's no, Brighton, please. SPL Innovate is not a fertilizer that I know within my program. So what I'm explaining is my fertilizer within the subsidy program. I have told this is a criminal which we must also start working to deal with immediately and from now, so that we really do not get confused. So the 3,000 bags of the fertilizer are the ones from KEL. We have the batch number. We know the quantities. We know that they went. So our appeal to the farmer, and because we have also withdrawn it, is for the meantime, those that got it, either warundishe, or in the next phase of application of fertilizer, we won't be able to advise what more of the fertilizer they need to add, especially at the top dressing level. So that if the phosphorus was low, or the nitrogen, then they will apply more of the next phase of the top dressing fertilizer. Let me say this so that we can raise this matter. Because, I was also struggling to know what it is, because I've not had the advantage of seeing it before. But since it is here, I say this is a case whereby once you are caught the pants down, you must own up. And the chairman, without even really having to belabor so much on the basis of the information that you are sharing, Kenyan Bureau of Standards, having certified a certain quality for distribution through for distribution by this manufacturer, and the manufacturer, after the attainment of the quality standards and the relevant certificates for him to continually to do business, the expectation from Kenyan Bureau of Standards, and even I think from the expectation of NSPB, was that the manufacturer will really live to or be honest enough to ensure that the product certified is what is availed in the market. So by either act of omission, negligence, willfully, making sure or producing a different product that does not conform to the agreed standards, in my view, is criminal, is theft, and this person belongs to jail. What we need to do is, because now of what has happened, is give this matter to the necessary investigative agencies and be able to do a good job, so that the people or the manufacturer is really brought to book. I am happy that now the expert is with us, and I don't know whether the investigating agencies will also be able to get the correct exhibit and be able to have it properly analyzed for purposes of good evidence. But because we have our lab, we have to take this as a sample. We also have to scoop and carry something, so that our lab is also able to test and see how we can be able to compare. But Chairman, I agree, and I would really want to, really on behalf of my ministry, really say this is not something that really should have really happened. You are diligent enough. I've been very rough on this character called Nyamo on this thing, because I never knew what he was talking about. And I only want to make the right, let us make the right communication to the public. Number one, this is not the fertilizer that we are distributing within the subsidy program, so that we don't mix issues, because it will cause panic to the farmer, right? But this is a product that as was being distributed, because we have an unscrupulous, greedy business person who does not want to conform to standards and give supply of the product that was so satisfying, and for that matter is criminal, must be dealt with according to the law.
Real action having been taken so far. What? Yes. Finally, there is fertilizer outside here. I don't know who has dropped fertilizer. I think it would be good for us to see what it is. The just at times tells me there's a bag of fertilizer outside here. Let's see which brand it is.
Chair.
Chairman, I don't know whether it's my chance to speak.
It is.
You know, so many questions have been raised, and I will do my best to answer them. And let me, first of all, Chairman, start by saying, yes, I appreciate the Treasury. Not on the money. I think they appreciate and certainly Treasury support for giving us some money to employ staff to build the capacity. Cafes. So we're in the process of recruiting members or members of staff for hapo tuone ni gani. Now just put it down there. So, Chairman, I want to be very, very candid. And there are things I will not personally accept when they are not correct and they are not right. And I want all the cameras to face me, right? And I want to say, my ministry is the only institution that is able to tell you whether how many bags of fertilizer are out there or not, because number one, any money that we use to pay for this program comes to the ministry, and we transfer money to National Cereals and Produce Board. And you are aware that our redemption of fertilizer is done through an e-voucher. We have depots across the country, and we have a proper record of how many bags of fertilizer are sold or are taken in every county, in everything, and I get a report. So I would not want to engage on issues or stories that have come from an expose, contents which I do not know, contents which I have not verified, and the bag that is in front of us, Chair, is not in our subsidy program. I have said we have not spent money. I also want to see it, Zainabu, because this is the first time I am seeing it. And if this is what you are calling fertilizer, then it is not fertilizer from where I sit. And this is not what my ministry is distributing. So we will treat the person who has come with this bag like any other criminal who is distributing fertilizer, because this is now the exhibit. This is the first time I'm getting an exhibit, even from, I'm being very honest. Yeah, point of order, Chair. Who has come with this bag?
You know, it's good to know who has brought this thing.
It is important.
We need to know who it is.
brought
Whoever it is that brought this bag of fertilizer, present themselves here so that we can hear
The
them.
person who brought can come in. If they're outside, where is it?
And
Let him come in and explain where he bought
company
it.
comes from. I who brought the fertilizer?
They're coming. He's outside. Say the person
Let us
coming.
be told. So, Chairman,
Yes. Can you confirm that this fertilizer actually is not the one that KEF said is substandard, and it was actually being distributed by NCPB?
Chairman, let me tell you, I do not want to react, comment on information I do not have. The results presented, if any, to this committee by KEPS, I don't have them. I do not have them. So I am seeing this bag here. So if this is what KEPS brought, or the certificates you have from KEPS, looking at it, I am telling you, this is not the fertilizer, is not within the fertilizer subsidy program that I am running. So it is not mine, it is not in the program. Unless, if this is what I have told you, there is an agency, a commercial agreement that was entered between NCPB and SBL in 2022. I have not had a chance to see it. So if this is the one, then we will discuss it on the basis that this is the product that SBL Synovate, no, it's not Synovate, SBL Innovate is selling through our distribution infrastructure.
Point of order, Chair.
So,
I want to take CS on your presentation, CS on page 9. Page 9 on your answers. I just want to read what you said. 51 Capital K Limited provide, I want to go down a bit. The state certificate and standardization mark are the same contracting the services 51K and was varied. It was at this review that NCPB signed agency agreement with 51 Capital, African Diatomite Industries on 31st/03/2022 for supply and distribution of GPC diatomaceous on the understanding the product is pure organic and sold as soil conditioner, which was annexed for this is GPC. So this might be what is being called the soil conditioner, this one.
that's what I'm...
The ministry has brought, so the CS, can you own up your product?
Chairman, let me probably, I think, I admit that there is a commercial contract. What I have seen is that I have never seen it, and this took place even before I went into office. But since we are lucky, and we have and I have seen this is not the fertilizer within our subsidy program. But if this is the product that SBL is distributing, and we have the MD here, then it is necessary for him to shed light and tell us.
Before he shines light, Honorable CS, who is the gentleman bespectacled, this one behind you? Can he stand and identify himself? Are you not the one who has brought this product here? From? Okay, so now it is from NCPB, so NCPB can speak.
Yes, but Kimother, we've been asking and you're not turning up.
Okay, you have the floor.
Seeing is believing, Chairman. What we did is that we wanted to demonstrate physically. We came with a product in case the members of may want to see the product we are distributing on a consignment basis. Now, when you look at this product, it is actually SBL product. This is what was part of the expose. Now, when you look at this product, Chairman, is on 25 kg. This is a product which was seized, the 6,552 bags. Now, this product is produced by a company called SBL Innovate, which is based and licensed to do that. In this bag, you can see there is a Kenya Bureau of Standards mark. That's what I want to demonstrate also. demonstrating that the product has gone through the normal quality assurance of this government, through the regulatory frameworks. You can see the bag is properly branded, and the product is indeed distributed by African 51 Capital, African Diatomite. That is the distributor of the product, and that is a company which had a contract with the National Cereals and Produce Board. So we want to demonstrate indeed the product we are distributing, the mark of quality from Kenya Bureau of Standards, 25 kgs, and this is how it looks like.
So, Chair,
now,
I don't have advantage of being a farmer like him, but the question is, so
the organization confirmed that it is not necessarily ourselves, National Cereals and Produce Board. We don't have testing capabilities. The manufacturer maybe can say whether indeed the product meets the quality parameters.
But already KEBS had written a letter to you asking you to stop the distribution of what they had standardized, because they agreed and said they had given a quality mark to these people, after which they started manufacturing fake products and bagging them. There is that letter to you warning.
What it was required to do in terms of trying to explain what the difference between the normal, the organic, and the inorganic fertilizer. And that, I think, Chairman, don't let me stop there. That's what we wanted. Number two, DK, the MD said they provide a service. So if there is any material sent to him by any customer, they will do the testing. But ordinarily, what they do is not to go looking for those things there, because unless, and that is not their function anyway. The function on surveillance, on quality of those items there is on KEBS. So I want, Chairman, please protect my chairman and my MD, because I am more afraid of people reporting the wrong thing, because you are likely to cause panic amongst my farmers. And when my farmers panic, I will not produce. And next year, you find these people in the streets with their spurias in their hands. And that is the situation I want. And that's why I've been very, very careful in terms of communication. So please, we have a responsibility to feed the country. We have agreed this is a criminal that was certified by KEBS to produce a certain standard of quality of a soil conditioner. He produced different. He will be dealt with by the law. We are also agreeing, yes, and we have no fake fertilizer in the market. What KEBS produced was a substandard, because there is a set standard. And the farmer that has used it, then will do farmer education to correct the situation. They can reduce it, or they can add it up. That will be able to manage that one internally. So please, Chairman, DK, please, because you are good farmer, you support us. If you use it, go and end up Kongezea. No, go here, we will do what to do.
Okay, we are going to protect.
And again, please, also let's be honest.
We want to.
Please, if you allow me, because you know this is purely from past experience. Toyota one time developed a substandard, a vehicle with that, and a problem with the gear. They recalled it in the market and compensated the farmer. The 4 Max airplane that had an accident, the manufacturer found that an issue. They recalled. We have 3,000 bags in a certain batch which did not meet the standard of the composition of the macro, the nutrients that are there. We are willing and ready, right, to really make to compensate the farmer by way of providing more fertilizer, by making sure that in the next phase of top dressing, that is remedied. So it doesn't mean that the plant does not require those nutrients supplied within that fertilizer, that the batch of 3,000.
The person we have, who is Mithika Linturi, he is making mistakes left, right, center. About fertilizer, he has an issue. Mira, he can't even create a market for Mira. He can't even sit with the president and represent Mira farmers. Even today, if you want to see Mithika Linturi, CS Mithika Linturi, trust you me, you can't see him. There are cartels in those offices. You can't. But when you go to see other CS from other regions, trust you me, they will open door for you. You will do business with them. They will motivate you. They will support you. The other day, I met with a student, Linda, from university. He told me he's trying to see a member of parliament from Meru. It is not possible to meet a member of parliament. These people are busy with girlfriends in hotels. They can't even create time for young leaders who want to be motivated. They can't even create time for their people. They are always in Serena hotels, Hilton hotel, moving around left with girlfriends in hotels. I want to tell the people of Meru, it is high time we wake up. It is high time we get new people in those offices. People like Kaduri, who is the deputy speaker, who is supposed to sit with the president and tell president, people of Meru elected you on basis that Mira market will stabilize. He is nowhere to be found. He will only be found when you want to be a governor. He will only come to do politics when you want to vie for governorship. Where is he today? Is he speaking about Mira? He's only complaining when Mira farmers are complaining. When did we elect you guys? If you complain when Mira farmers are complaining, when did we elect you? Why did the president put you in the office? And I want to tell the people of Meru, president did his part. He gave you your sons to be the member, to be the CS for agriculture. He gave you your son to be the ambassador Kenya, Somali. These are the people who we should blame. We should not blame the president. The president did his part. But I wonder, people like Iringo, who is the ambassador for Kenya, Somali. I wish I'm the one who was appointed for that position. I would fight for my people, for my community first. I would create market for my people, for Mira. I would not see people, watu wanachuna Mira, inalaliwa huko nje, inapatiwa mbuzi, when I know very well, our farmers, my community, used to depend on Mira. But today, they are they are dying of poverty. Kids are not going to school. Our communities, watu wanalala njaa, and we have our sons at a national level who can sit down the president and tell the president things are not usual. So I want to tell the people of Meru, it is their time. It is their time, and this is nothing but the truth. It is their time we elect new people into those offices. It is their time we think about the people we have in leadership. Because we can call them our sons, but our people are dying of hunger. We find our people today, they are losing cows because of insecurity. We find our people today, watoto hawaendi shule because there is no market for Mira that we used to depend on. Are we going to continue saying they are our sons? It is better even to tell the president to sack all of them and appoint new people. Otherwise, we will continue the same. We will continue complaining, and these people will come. The money they have stolen in those offices, busy, they will come and again convince us to elect them, and we will continue complaining. Tell the people of Meru, wale viongozi ambao mlichagua, kazi yao ni kuongeza biashara, kuongeza vitambi, kuongeza wanawake, kuzunguka kwa mahoteli, kutoka Nairobi kuenda Meru. Hawana haja na farmers wa Miraa. Wacha farmers wa Miraa waumie. Hawana haja na hao watu. Ushaiona hata mtu mmoja, hata kiongozi mmoja ameongea, hata mbunge kuhusu Miraa? Ushaiona kiongozi hata mmoja ameitana mkutano akae na president kuhusu Miraa? Ushaiona ule ambassador ambayo mlipewa ameita president akamwambia things are not usual, tunahitaji kuongelelea Miraa? Hakuna. Kazi yao ni kutembea wakikunywa chai kwa mahoteli. Sawa. So we have to think as Meru. We have to call ourselves for a meeting. Lazima turudi nyuma ya hema, tujiongeleshe, tuangalie wale watu ambao tulichagua. So for me, that is what I have to say, and I want to tell the people of Meru that don't blame the president. President did his part. He gave you your son to the actual docket that is very important, that is close to your heart. Somebody who is supposed to help you. He gave you the deputy speaker, and we have to blame them. Thank you. Thank you.